it's me, Esther, and today we are going to make garlic, ginger, honey, soy sauce meatballs. In Flemish we call them balletjes. In French we say boulettes. Let's have a look at the ingredients. We will need honey, 4 cloves of garlic, cornstarch which we will mix with some water, olive oil, soy sauce, water, black pepper, and this mix of 5 Chinese spices. This is actually a mix of these spices. These are all the ingredients for the sauce. For the balletjes or the meatballs, we will need, of course, minced meat. We will need dried thyme, cumin, fresh ginger, some cloves of garlic, bread, an egg, and I use 2 shallots. You could use green onions too, but we really like the taste of this one, so I'm using this. You also need some milk. To be able to work, I'm going to put this aside because we'll have to start with the sauce first, and this will go back in the fridge for a little moment. First we will heat the 2 tablespoons of olive oil in a small saucepan, and we will add the minced garlic. So I'm first going to chop this as small as possible. You take off the little dried layers. Ta-da! Finished. For the next step, we're going to heat the olive oil and put in the garlic. That's 1 and 2. So let's add the garlic. While I'm waiting for it to simmer a little bit, I'm going to mix my cornstarch with the water. It's about 52 milliliters of water, and there are 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. Mix it well with a fork or anything you want. Make sure that this doesn't get brown. We'll have to add the water, the garlic, and the soy sauce. I'm already going to add the water because I don't want it to get brown. 1 cup of honey. I'm not going to measure it. I think it's about 1 cup, maybe a little bit less, but that will do the trick. I got this pot of honey from my grandmother because she heard that I had a sore throat. It was very nice, and she got it from a beekeeper in her area. And now the soy sauce. I need about half a cup of soy sauce. I will take the same pot, measure it like this. Smells good. And now I'm also adding the 5 spices and the pepper. It's already starting to boil, and we're going to add the mixture of cornstarch and water while we are stirring. Can you see that the sauce is getting thicker? Smells like candy. This will be so delicious. Beautiful. It is beautiful. Now I am letting it cook for a little bit longer, but I'm still going to stir. As it cooks, the sauce becomes even thicker. Okay, that's enough. Just to make sure, I'm going to taste a little bit of the sauce, if it needs anything extra. The sauce is very hot right now, so you could burn your tongue, and after that you cannot taste anything anymore. So be careful. Perfect. That is just perfect. Wow. As you can see, I have already chopped my shallot, the garlic, and I also grated the ginger. It's quite a lot of ginger, fresh ginger, but that's good. Ginger is taste. It's so good. Now we're going to start with the meatballs. And for the meatballs, we're going to prepare the bread first. Well, not first, because I've already done that. Take the bread, I tear it in smaller parts, and then we will add the milk. There's no need to measure the milk, you just put in enough milk so all the bread is covered and can be soaked with the milk. Voila! Now we will take a large bowl. We have our large bowl, we'll put in all the ingredients in the bowl and mix it together with our hands. I'm using a mixture of pork and beef because it's tastier. Make sure you don't buy minced meat that already has spices in it, because you have to put the spices in it yourself. So we have our meat, half a tablespoon of cumin, 1 tablespoon of thyme, some salt. Then we have to add the ginger, our garlic, and with the shallot we're just going to slightly stir them in some olive oil so the aromas get released. We put in a little bit of olive oil and then the onions. Do you hear that? That's the sound of screaming onions. They first made me cry, and now I'm making them cry. Okay, that's enough. Now I will continue with the meatballs. So we add the shallot to the meatballs. And we're not going to clean this pan because we're going to reuse it to bake the meatballs a bit before preparing them in the oven. We will also add our egg. And we take the breadcrumbs, squeeze out the milk. Make sure you don't get any milk on you. And you put the squeezed breadcrumbs in the mixture. If you have harder parts, tear them apart or take them out. So we put in all the ingredients. Now we're going to mix this quite well with our hands, after which we are going to make little balls. I love meatballs. It's just too delicious. And it's also rather easy to make. Good. From this we are going to make little balls or bigger balls, whatever you prefer. Let's make some balls. We take a quantity of meat and we like them this big. You can put them on a plate or wherever you want before putting them in the pan to cook. I have rather small hands, so I can take just enough in my hand to make a decent meatball. So it appears that we will have 3 meatballs each because this is for 2 persons. I don't think this will be a problem because we love this dish. We're back at the stove and we're going to add a little bit more oil, just a little bit, to the pan. And I'm also going to use some butter. Butter adds a lot to the flavor. So everything is melted, and we're going to put these balls in there. Try to get them evenly cooked. They don't have to be cooked completely because they will cook a little bit longer with the sauce. But try to get them even anyway. This will prevent the balls to fall into pieces when they are in the sauce. You see that you already get a little brown skin, and it's just so tasty. When you're cooking food like this, you should never leave your food alone, because it can burn so quickly, and that's not what we want. I'm going to preheat the oven before we are going to put them all inside. Voila. So, all the balls are nicely closed. I'm using this glass one because I think it's easy to see if the sauce is boiling. And it's also very practical that I can cover it with this one. You can use anything that goes into the oven and maybe cover it with some foil or something else. As long as it is heat resistant, it's all okay. We're going to pour over the sauce. So here you have it, the meatballs with the sauce, and they will go straight into the oven. Now I only have to prepare some rice, and in about half an hour we will be ready to eat. Now the rice is cooked. Here we have it. And the meatballs are ready. We're going to take them out of the oven. Let's have a look. What is hiding behind that curtain? Oh, those were my socks. And here they are. Oof, that was hot. Let's take them out and put them into our bellies. These look very steamy. Be careful, because this is hot. You cannot touch it. And now the meatballs. And add some extra sauce on the meatballs to make them very, 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 very tasty. Let's dig into this beautiful plate. That's going to be great. So juicy. And that sauce is just incredible. So, I recommend you to make this recipe too. And I wish you a lot of luck making them. You cannot fail it. It's really easy to make. And please let me know in the comments if you liked it too. Some meat stuck there. Please subscribe to my channel and also click on the notification bell. Bye bye!